Hey there everybody, Pop on Top here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got a weapon mod currently equipped in my character's hands here. This is the 6M's Lurker pistol version 2.1. The Lurker pistol is based off an outlawed Italian machine pistol that was known to be very easy to make. Like by hand, I guess, right? Like in your basement or whatever. So that's why it's outlawed, because it's very easy. Obviously you can see very simple design here, right? Integrally suppressed by default. I did buy this. It does show up in the leveled list at level 7, so you can buy it from vendors and stuff. You'll most likely find it on Triggerman, right? The Italian stereotypes and stuff. But it is a nice looking pistol, right? Very clean glow sights already by default. Obviously this is just semi-auto. This is like the base variant I got here. Nice animations though, decent quality on all that. Does work in the third person as well. Like I said, I bought it on my weapon vendor here, who happens to just live in my settlement and just sell me weapons for mod videos, right? Sheffield, that's all your job is. That's your whole life. Just sell me weapons. But, obviously you can find it at different weapon vendors. We're going to show off, there's 4 unique variants that you can buy from certain vendors. I'll show off one of those later on in the video. But for now, let's take a look at what we can do with the weapon. So obviously, we start out standard receiver, all different receiver types, pretty basic stuff. Remember, I got to remind you that this mod is only like 2 megabytes, so it's very tiny. So for, obviously, it's not going to have, I think, a lot of unique features, but it does look unique, right? And it does have a unique long version, huh? It does vastly increase range but decrease fire rate, huh? That's probably worth. And then you could put a stock on there even. Does that make it count as a rifle? The stock reduces range but increases recoil control. Well, it reduces range because of the way that the gunslinger perk works, right? So because it no longer is a pistol, it actually loses range, right? That's a perk thing. But it does give you the maximum amount of accuracy, which might make it worth. Depends on how you want to feel about it. Do you want the range or do you want the accuracy? I'm gonna put the stock on there just so I want to see that it makes sure it works. It fits in your character's arm properly there. So we have a small mag. You can put a drum on there and it's quick eject even. Well, let's fucking do that. Glow sights is kind of my preference on most of these things. We can put different reflex on here. You can get a 4x scope, a night vision 4x scope, 6x scope. I imagine these are going to be like the default. You do need science for that. And I think, suppressor is kind of the way to go here. Gun very much reminiscent of kind of like a well rod type of custom suppress flow, and then you're dead. You can put a long barrel on there or a short barrel instead. You can put that long barrel on there to increase that range even further. But I want to put the large suppressor on there, which does increase range, reduces fire rate once again further. We'll kind of test out how that works here. But this has some unique, at least sound and customization. So this is a large reflex sight, very clean, clear. So I'm tapping the trigger as fast as I can. I got, the elite controller, hair triggers. I can tap this thing fairly quick. This is about as fast as the fire rates you're getting. But with this big drum mag, you have a 32 round capacity. Let's check how many VAT shots we get. Not very many because it's counting as a rifle now, right, with the stock. But, obviously, recoil, hand not on the right stick at all. There's none, right? You put a stock on a gun this tiny, you're going to just control the thing. I don't think the recoil is too much of a problem, though. I think I actually, based off of the way that was going, I would like to probably put a grip on it. Sharpshooter's grip obviously being superior here, and it just looks like the 10mm sharpshooter's grip. But this should make it so we have. Oh no, the VAT shots is about the same. We do lose some to the stock because weight, I believe, has a factor in that. And obviously our fire rate hasn't got any better, but we are hitting very hard per bullet. Do we want to get some fire rate back? That's the question here, and I think that's a good compromise here, because you could put that short receiver on there. we're not losing too much range at that point. What was the other thing? The suppressor was making us lose fire rate, right? Yeah. So we want the regular suppressor to, lose a little bit of range. And then we want the short receiver to get a little bit more fire rate back. Obviously, we're down to 107 range, which is not horrible by any means. And obviously, we can get some of that back through other methods. But the fire rate should be insane. Yeah, we're almost doubling up our VAT shots. So depending on how you want to use the weapon. And that's a lot faster. It's a noticeable increase in beats per minute. Or shots per minute. Or, whatever way you want to think about it. But, if you're making music out of this, that beat is a much quicker pace than the other beat would be, right? But yeah, you could obviously, so I was thinking about how, there's obviously lots of things you can do here. So you could also put on so instead of the reflex sight, if you really wanted to, I want to see this 4x scope, because 4x is not a default scope magnification. I just want to see what this looks like. Okay, so it takes on I have a scope mod, and that's what the appearance of this here. But that should give us a decent amount of range, right? Because scopes do give you range stat in this game. So up to 107. Can we make 6? What does that go to? Does not increase the range. Never mind. I thought it did. Some scopes used to increase the range. It does obviously vastly increase accuracy though. Getting that 6x scope on there, an accuracy of 94. So anything within that 107 range he's going to be able to get melted in VATS, right? And obviously it works like a 6x scope does. Yours maybe look different because, like I said, mine is modded with a mod that just modifies all 6x scopes. Obviously you can hold breath there, but maybe like the 100, see, like if that's the VATS accuracy, like I've increased my accuracy stat a lot. I'm really talking a lot here about these things, but like I like to really think about these things. Do I want a lower rate of fire for more range? It might be worth it, especially if you're going to put a long scope on here. That's definitely worth it, right? You don't want the large suppressor. Technically, you want the long barrel, 97 range. You maximize that, and you don't lose any, but then you're not suppressed, right? So, like, large suppressor, this has become a sniper pistol, right? And you're going to pick targets off at range, 95s all around. So, let's try to test out how far we can get from this target. Obviously, that's standing still. It's still going to, you know, not maybe the most sniper with that, but obviously, you could always manually hold breath. Pop him in the head, dead, hopefully. I mean, we'll look at the damage here, right? Obviously, I forgot to mention here, it shoots the .38 ammo, which is very cheap. 86 damage is a decent amount, right? Like, it was a sneak attack critical, and you combine certain perks like, you know, your ninja perk and your stuff that increases your sneak attack or critical damage in general, right? Obviously, if you have a critical built up in VATS, right? That's a huge deal. That's going to do a lot of damage, right? So if I hit a critical in the head, it's not a sneak attack critical, but it's a function of the same thing because they do the same amount of damage. That's 317 damage. That's a lot of damage. That's going to kill most soft switchy targets. Obviously, I have to test out in some combat, but I did want to go get one of the variants. Now, there's one that shoots incendiary ammo. There's one that do all different kinds of things. But if we go here to Good Neighbor, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. I don't know why my brain does these things. We're going to go to Good Neighbor, and we're going to buy a special variant of this. And it's supposed to be optimized, so just like better in every way. But we'll see in a second when I get there. So I found the unique variant here, right? The Ghetto Blaster. Chance to stagger on hit, 25% faster fire rate, and reload ignores 30% of the target's damage resistance and energy resistance. Just a way better version, 181 fire rate too. So this must be an automatic one, which I also found. That's 5,000 caps though, so you know I have like a lot because I cheated to get them. But hello, Deacon, you fucking weirdo. It's just popping up all over your shit all the time. But I did find also on Clio, because I thought it was on Clio, but it was not on Clio, an auto version of the pistol. So, like, that's obviously loud, too. But, like, I couldn't make it automatic with the version that I had previously. Is the Ghetto Blaster automatic? It must be, right? With that high rate of fire? That's extremely fast. That's an optimized, blow your shit a new one fucking gun. Yeah, I mean, that's a 12-round magazine. So, obviously, we're going to customize this Ghetto Blaster, which is the best version. Obviously, you need 5,000 caps to get it, but I think the automatic one might be interesting too, but that's what we're going to test out with the Ghetto Blaster, which is just the best version of the gun I think you can get. And I'll see you guys in just a second. So, I'm here at my weapon workbench again. So, we got automatic receiver. Did I say have automatic receivers? Like, this one didn't, like, I'm going to look right here, right? I'm going to look. This is an auto pistol, right? But if I look at my other Lurker pistol, Suppress Advanced, like, this didn't have automatic, or no, it did have automatic receivers. I'm tripping. I did not even see that. My fault, you guys. So you can make it automatic. That's how we can get the fire rate back. Because you could do a lot of the things here. So, like, if I don't want rapid. I mean, rapid is obviously an insane amount of fire with 180, right? But if we go powerful automatic and make this one an automatic variant, you could get more fire at the short. I think the long receiver is a good balance here. Sharpshooter's grip. We keep the range because we want to keep it a pistol. We want the drum mag. Obviously, there's no reason not to. I mean, even like glow sights is plenty enough for me usually, especially on something that's going to be automatic and we're going to shoot at close range. And then you could put the large suppressor on there. It's going to reduce that fire rate. Do we want the regular suppressor? The regular suppressor does vastly increase range too, and we don't lose fire rate. I think that's where we want to be at with this Ghetto Blaster. But ignoring energy resistance, chance to stagger on hit makes the automatic almost necessary, right? You just really just want to be spraying a lot of bullets. Obviously, hip fire accuracy is not amazing. We're going to test this out in some combat. We're going to test both variants out in combat as we go here. But it still shoots the .38 ammo. This one is really fucking good. I bet this one's going to be great. So I'll see you guys when we get to some combat. Alright, everybody, pulling up on the Zombies Arena Arcade mode here. Obviously, that's where I always go to test my weapons. We're going to test these weapons out here. We're going to go USAF Satellite Station Olivia. It's like a big long name. Military and their long designation. So we're going to test out both variants. I'm going to test out my semi-auto version that's kind of like snipery, sneaky pistol, suppressed, right? All the stuff. I mean, the other one's suppressed too, but like meant to kind of rain down fire. We'll spawn in. I think we should spawn in super mutants. I actually think that the challenge all the super mutants being extra tanky is going to present a unique challenge for this gun. But this is looking like it's going to one-shot that regular super mutant in the head with sneak attack critical, which is what I was talking about. That 300 damage and the extremely high VATS accuracy of the weapon with the scope and the long suppressor and stuff on there, you don't really need more than a single shot. So the fire rate doesn't make a huge difference. I mean, that super mutant says it's going to die in one shot. It still died in one shot. Caution. Got to be careful. I'm going to try to sneak through this wave. Obviously, I got a big drum mag, too, so, you know, if shit hits the fan, I can start popping off and spraying. But this gun works quite effectively like this. There's a very sneaking around, kind of makeshift well rod type weapon. I always remember the well rod. I forget what like classic game it was, but this was like classic World War II shooter where you get the well rod and you just like sneak around. I remember, like, that's like some early childhood memories for me. It's a legendary. I should have not hit the ball. It did mutate him in one shot, so let's see how many more shots it takes. Just the one. That's a skirmisher. That's obviously not the highest level super mutant we're talking about here, but you know, it is enough that was pretty tough. Bolstering left leg. It's okay. There's a build for that, right? Hey, look, they restocked the stim packs. I don't really need the stim packs, but I'm just happy that. So where does the other one go? It was up here, right? He's down there now. Please let me pass. Thank you. But like, yeah, it's it. Oh, I missed an 80. Are you kidding? Like, I missed another 80, huh? That's crazy that it's 80 to me still, right? Like, even with the amount of accuracy stat that I've given it, and at this range, it's not really like a far range, right? Like, so, but obviously, like I said, you can tell obviously take manual shots too. I'm not taking manual shots. I'm a big firm believer in VATS, and that's part of the reason I love Fallout so much, is because of VATS. But you know, I can, you can, everybody could, right? So that was that one. That's a semi-auto one. But really, I'm a lazy piece of shit who doesn't want to tap the trigger, you know, every time I want to shoot. So I'm gonna, and obviously, I think this is the most overpowered one as it is, the ghetto blaster. And this is still suppressed. We could obviously still be sneaking around with this one, but we're gonna spray and pray and stagger and ignore armor and have a really fast fire rate and reload speed. Yeah, it's just the ghetto blaster really be nailing the shit. So we'll let another wave of super mutants spawn in here. We'll kind of roll through them with this one. Hello, Plunger. How's it going today? Good talk. I remember that there's like a plunger launcher mod that I covered, like, I think way back in the... I've covered a lot of mods in my time, you guys. You know, I've been out here. So you're above me here. I mean, that one's how that one works, right? That's still sneak attacks and all that stuff is working just fine. Obviously, we're using a lot more ammo, but like I said, the .38 ammo does not make using ammunition in a rapid volume like that much of a concern. There's two of them down here, one of them legendary, but you just kind of spray, right? And then they just kind of die. Mighty 10mm auto pistol is very fucking good. Just a free damage buff is a good time. Now, this one obviously tears ass. I bet this one would tear Deathclaw's ass. Like, it would just literally just go brrrr, and then they die. Stagger is huge, right? Like, obviously big targets, not if you can put bullets on them before they can, I mean, we're sneaking and stuff too. And that's the cool thing. The suppressor is actually like a good part of the weapon here rather than like a thing that you have to like make a trade-off with. You could just put the suppressor on and it makes the weapon just better. But obviously, you know, you just spray and then the things die. The stagger happens, all this stuff. Nobody's up here today? Oh, you are up here. That man did see me. Unfortunately, it didn't do him a whole lot of good. But yeah, so this is the Lurker pistol. It's a wonderful gun. It's got a cool, unique, I mean, for 2 megabytes, right, too. Like, it's got a unique little design philosophy of kind of like being just like a silenced little, like, I mean, obviously that's what it was like. It was an outlawed Italian pistol that people could handmade at home, and then obviously people, gangsters and stuff, people doing illegal shit could craft this at home and then kill. You know, you could get to somebody and then they're dead, right? Type of deal. I do want to real quickly head out here. I believe my spawn NPC grenade is a Deathclaw, so I'm gonna throw one of those out. I just want to see. I love the Deathclaw test, right? I didn't want to get a little bit away from Diamond City because I just don't want. Flickering? Excuse me? I do want to... Can I throw a grenade? Thank you. I do want to not make sure that the guards don't accidentally... It's a legendary, that's not. So it did mutate. Unfortunately, that makes it doesn't die in one clip, but I mean, the stagger is still too much. And I get a free legendary out of it, which is a pretty good deal. But yeah, obviously, Deathclaw test, Lurker pistol, full auto variant, this Ghetto Blaster. There's 3 more variants. They're listed in the mod description. Obviously, you can find them for yourself. They're just on weapon vendors. It's not like a hard quest. It's not like a hard location. Just go to the person it says to go to. Get the variant if you want the variant. This Ghetto Blaster, I think, is the optimized best version, and I just love holding on the trigger and spraying and praying. But obviously, that semi-auto variant, you can make very snipey. You could take sneak attack criticals with, right? You could do that kind of role. And it would probably be better than the deliver, right? Because you get the scopes and you get the benefits of a lot of other things. The long suppressor increases range even further. You do lots of interesting things with this Lurker pistol, and it's a great gun. So I highly recommend you guys check out this one for yourselves. If you're interested in checking out this mod for yourselves, make sure to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page and the Nexus mod page, so you can download this mod for yourselves there. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe so you can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, whatever it may be, and I will see you in the next episode.